Welcome to Everything Economics. We study microeconomics, macroeconomics, and every other type of economics here. But we will understand the system that is being followed in developing countries and compare it with the one in developed countries. Sorry. Here we have the system that is working in developing countries. And that is that because the education system here, as you can see, it is pretty bad because the students, they are entering this big machine, which is the education system, and they are getting out here with a degree. But during this process of education system, the creativity and discipline as well as intelligence is drained out of these students. So that is really what is happening. Students are just studying in these countries, in poor countries, in developing countries, and they are not encouraged to think creatively. They are not encouraged to expand their horizons. They are just creating copies. So they just enter through here in this big machine, and when they exit, they are similar copies. You see, they are copies of each other. They don't learn anything creative. They don't learn anything out of the box. They are almost similar, these students, and most of these students, they don't really succeed in life because they cannot really think out of what the education system has taught them. And that is one of the biggest tragedy in developing countries. But when you look at the developed countries here, right here, this is very analytical. They encourage you to study analytically through case studies. You see these guys using charts and tables and stuff like that. So in developed countries, creative thinking, out of the box thinking, being intelligent is encouraged, and they don't discourage you in any way, and they encourage different opinions. So that is very important. Education is important if you really want to succeed, if a country really wants to develop in the world. And personally, through my experience as well, this is very important, and the government really needs to focus on this because the more creative people get out of the education system, like here, the more they will create big firms. In America, in other developed countries, they are creative thinkers. So they have created Microsoft, they have created Apple, Uber, other big companies, other big firms, because they are creative thinkers. They are out of the box thinkers. They try to solve different problems that the world is facing. Education is very important. The government should spend as much money as it can on education, and then these creative thinkers create firms, big firms. So for a country's long run growth, education is at least as important as investment in physical capital, human capital, that is. In the United States, each year of schooling raises a person's wage on average by about 10%. So you see, schooling is really important. The more you study, the more wage rate you get, and the more improved standard of living people will get. So education is super important. And when you educate people, you are investing in human capital.